Pyra stands in the heart of an ancient, crumbling temple, its once mighty stone columns now covered in vines and moss. Rivulets of sunlight filter through the cracked ceiling, casting eerie shadows that dance across the floor. She feels her pulse quicken as she grips the deck of many things, the urge to draw the top card nearly overpowering her. Her companions, Thoradin with his hammer at the ready, Wisp with his keen eyes scanning the surroundings, and Seraph whispering prayers to Kelemvor, watch with a mix of anticipation and dread.
I take a deep breath, feeling the energy of the temple and the tension within our group. Pursing my lips in determined defiance, I draw the top card from the deck of many things, ready for whatever fortune or peril it brings us. Let's see what fate has in store.
I brace myself, shifting my weight and scanning the surrounding shadows for any immediate threats that might spring forth. Watch yourselves! We don't know what's coming next!
I quickly dart around to the darker side of a broken column to blend into the shadows, ready to react to whatever might materialize from the card. I'll keep an eye out, just in case luck's not on our side.
As the card is drawn, I murmur an incantation, calling upon Kelemvor's protective grace to shield us from any malevolent forces. In the dance of fate and oblivion, let our spirits find shelter beneath your shadow, Lord of the Dead.
As Pyra's fingers lift the card into the swathes of light piercing the temple's gloom, a chilling wind begins to howl through the temple. The card reveals an illustration of a black-cloaked skeletal figure wielding a scythe, and as you watch, the image seems to shimmer and move. The sound of rattling chains and heavy footsteps echo through the temple as the skeletal reaper materializes, its empty eye sockets glowing with a malevolent red light. The temperature drops suddenly as it raises its scythe, speaking in a voice that seems to emanate from the very shadows of the temple. Mortal fools, prepare to meet your end.
I spread my arms wide, feeling the heat build within me as I channel my magic. I aim a stream of fire at the vines and moss above the reaper, intending to create burning debris to fall upon it and disrupt its approach. You will find our flames far from foolish.
I step forward, planting my feet firmly between the reaper and my comrades, raising my shield to absorb any attack. Over my dead body, you bag of bones!
With the reaper's focus drawn to Thoradin, I sneak around to its side, aiming to strike a weak spot with my dagger coated in poison. You sure you're not overcompensating with that scythe?
I raise my holy symbol of Kelemvor, invoking the power to turn undead and commanding the reaper to cower in the presence of death's true heralds. By Kelemvor's decree, begone, lost soul. Your existence here is a mockery.
As Pyra's flames roar upward and ignite the temple's ancient vines, the burning debris crashes down upon the skeletal reaper, momentarily shrouding it in fire and smoke. Yet, as the flames clear, the reaper strides forth unfazed, its glowing eyes now fixed on Pyra. Thoradin's shield absorbs the initial shock of the reaper's powerful swing, but the force sends him staggering back, dazed and vulnerable. In the chaos, Wisp moves like a shadow and sinks his poisoned dagger into the reaper's spine, but the creature's skeletal form feels no pain. Meanwhile, Seraph's holy symbol gleams brightly, causing the reaper to pause, its malevolent eyes flickering with doubt.
Feeling the intensity of the reaper's gaze on me, I smirk and summon a swirling vortex of fire in my palm. I launch a fireball towards a weakened stone column, aiming to collapse it on top of the reaper. Let's see how you handle a little structural realignment.
Shaking off the impact, I drop low and charge the reaper, aiming to deliver a powerful shoulder slam to knock it off balance and into the path of the falling column. Not so fast, bonehead!
Seeing Thoradin's charge and the reaper momentarily distracted, I quickly scramble up a crumbling wall to a higher vantage point, drawing a vial of alchemist's fire from my pouch. Time to heat things up a notch.
I step forward, raising my hand and chanting a prayer to Kelemvor, casting Hold Undead to freeze the reaper in place and prevent it from evading the collapsing column. Death's bite shall still your bones.
The reaper's skeletal form shudders as Seraph's divine magic takes hold, locking it momentarily in place. With a thunderous crack, Pyra's fireball hits the weakened column, causing it to collapse in a cascade of ancient stone. Thoradin's shoulder slam drives the rigid reaper directly underneath the falling rubble, trapping it in a tomb of debris. As the dust settles, the eerie glow in its eye sockets fades, leaving nothing but silence and the settling of dust in the dim light of the temple.
I take a deep breath, surveying the subdued scene and feeling the lingering heat from the fireball. I step forward, cautiously approaching the pile of debris to ensure the Reaper is truly defeated, ready to summon a protective flame if it stirs again. Is everyone all right?
I dust myself off and adjust my grip on the hammer before walking towards the pile of rubble, my eyes scanning for any movement that might signal the Reaper's not quite done. But let's make sure this bag of bones stays down for good.
I nimbly hop down from the wall, landing lightly on my feet. I draw a small mirror from my pouch and use it to cautiously peek around the edges of the rubble, checking for any signs of movement or lingering magic. Just making sure our bony friend's taken a permanent nap.
I kneel, placing my hand on the rubble, invoking Detect Undead to ensure that no remnant of the Reaper's malevolent spirit lingers. Let us see if death has truly claimed what was rightfully its own.
The eerie silence lingers for a moment, broken only by the settling of the rubble. As Seraph's divine sense sweeps over the debris, she feels the absolute finality of the Reaper's extinguished essence. No remnant of its malevolent spirit remains. The temple is at peace once more. However, as the dust continues to settle, a low rumble starts to emanate from the ground. A reminder that in ancient places like this, defeating a guardian can sometimes unlock hidden secrets or unleash new dangers.
I drop my guard slightly, listening to the rumble beneath us with a mix of curiosity and caution. I cast a small flame into my palm, illuminating the ground as I search for any clues that might explain the disturbance. The ground's waking up. Let's see what secrets it's hiding.
I strategically position myself between the party and the source of the rumble, hefting my hammer and readying my shield to protect them from any potential danger emerging from the ground. No rest for the weary. Eyes open, mates.
I quickly scan the ground around us to pinpoint the source of the rumble, then deftly move towards that spot, carefully examining for any hidden mechanisms or traps that might have been triggered. Everyone, keep your eyes peeled. This place might have a few more surprises.
I press my ear to the ground, attuning myself to the vibrations and calling upon Kelemvor's insight to discern whether the rumble is a natural reaction or something far more sinister. The earth whispers secrets of long-forgotten echoes. Listen closely, for they may warn of doom yet to come.
A deep, ancient groan reverberates through the floor, causing the very stone beneath your feet to tremble. Cracks begin to spiderweb out from the center of the room, glowing faintly with an eerie, otherworldly light. As the ground splits open, a forgotten staircase is revealed, descending into darkness that seems to swallow the faint rays of light. The air grows colder, and the scent of ancient, unventilated tombs wafts up, suggesting a journey into the unknown depths awaits you.
I let the small flame in my palm grow brighter, casting a warm, steady glow down the revealed staircase. I turn to my companions, my eyes gleaming with excitement and a hint of mischief. Looks like we've found ourselves an invitation to explore further. Who's ready to descend into the unknown depths?
I step forward cautiously, peering into the revealed staircase while keeping my hammer at the ready. But watch your steps. Who knows what kind of traps or nasties might be lurking below?
I grin as I secure my gear, stepping lightly towards the top of the staircase and peering into the darkness with my keen eyes. Time to see just how deep this rabbit hole goes. Stay close, but don't trip on any nasty surprises.
I clutch my holy symbol, allowing its cold metal to ground me in the face of the unknown. I cast light on the head of Thoradin's hammer, ensuring he leads our descent with illumination. In the shadows of the earth, let Kelemvor's light guide our steps.
As the party descends the ancient staircase, the air grows ever colder, wrapping around them like a spectral shroud. The walls of the narrow stairwell are covered with arcane symbols and faint, luminescent traces that pulse with an ethereal light. A low hum resonates from the depths below, growing louder and more dissonant with each step they take. Finally, they emerge into a vast underground chamber, dominated by an enormous obsidian altar at its center, surrounded by crumbling, age-worn statues of forgotten deities.
I gracefully step into the chamber, the flickering flame in my palm casting eerie shadows on the ancient walls. I approach one of the age-worn statues near the altar, gingerly tracing the arcane symbols with my fingers, feeling for any magical residuals. Looks like we've stumbled upon something truly ancient. Shall we awaken its secrets?
I position myself firmly between the altar and my companions, scanning the room for any threats while keeping my hammer ready to strike. Stay alert, lads. Ancient places often come with ancient dangers.
With Thoradin guarding our backs and Pyra examining the statues, I stay low and stealthy, carefully weaving around the altar to inspect it from all sides for hidden mechanisms or traps. Speaking in a hushed tone, I quip, "Let's make sure this altar doesn't have any surprise elements waiting for us."
I step forward, the dim light from Thoradin's hammer casting long shadows across the chamber, and place my hand upon the obsidian altar. Whispering a prayer to Kelemvor, I cast divine sense to detect any lingering presences of the undead, spirits or desecration surrounding the altar. In the silence of these forgotten halls, let Kelemvor's gaze pierce the veil of death.
As Seraph calls upon Kelemvor's divine insight, a vision floods her mind. An ancient ritual, long forgotten, involving the dark altar and the statues. Sinister silhouettes chant in a long-dead language, summoning a colossal, serpent-like entity from the depths. Suddenly, the ground beneath the altar shudders, a deep growl echoing through the chamber as the stones split open, releasing a chilling hiss. From the darkness, a massive, spectral serpent begins to emerge, its eyes glowing with malevolent intensity, ready to strike.
I feel the ground tremble beneath my feet and see the spectral serpent's menacing form emerge. I raise both hands, conjuring a ring of fire around the serpent's emerging body to contain and weaken it, while giving my companions a moment to prepare. Let's turn up the heat and keep this beast at bay.
I move quickly to stand between the serpent and my companions, raising my shield and gripping my hammer tightly, ready to intercept any attack from the creature. Come on then, ye overgrown worm! Let's see if you got what it takes to get through me!
Seeing the spectral serpent emerging and Pyra's ring of fire starting to form, I use the distraction to move stealthily along the perimeter of the chamber, looking for any arcane symbols or mechanisms that might control the serpent to deactivate or disrupt its summoning. Let's see if we can't pull the plug on this snake charade.
I step forward, raising my holy symbol of Kelemvor high, casting spirit guardians to summon a host of spectral entities that swirl around the serpent, slowing its movements and delivering divine retribution with every step it takes. Kelemvor's heralds shall judge you, creature of shadow and deceit.